Welcome back to Ride and Glide.
Hello.
Today I have Toby with me and we are going to be reviewing the middle model in Michael Shah's range of Namis, the
Nami Blast Max.
Let's take a look. Yes, what a trail! This is awesome! Duck under the tree. Great start. Mommy! Mommy! First off, as always, we're going to take a look at the specs in here. But what else are we going to do, Toby?
We're going to do speed runs.
Yes.
We're going to do...
By the way, it's supposed to hit 50 miles an hour. Yep, keep going.
We're going to do hill climbs. By the way, it's meant to climb up hills.
It's better, by the way, sorry. But just on that, it should be the fastest 60 volt ever tested up the hill. But we'll see later.
Bold claim.
And what else are we going to do?
Have a laugh, I don't know, have a good time, like we always do.
We're going to do drag racing.
Drag racing.
This scooter is designed to race fast, especially 0 to 100 meters, 200 meters, that kind of thing. It's rapid off the line. Then we're going to go off-roading, where Toby is going to be filming on the one wheel and I'm going to be riding this absolute monster. Stay tuned to see all that, but right now, let's get into the specs. Toby, my able assistant, please, can you get down and show them the motors? Do you know the power of these?
Very powerful.
Very powerful indeed. Very powerful. Thank you for your technical input.
Welcome.
They're actually 1500 watt nominal power motors mixed with 50 amp sine wave controllers, giving off an incredible peak power, Toby, of?
Lots.
8,400 watts of peak power, which is the same as the
Nami Burn E.
Hey! He knew something! Well done, Tobes. So it has the same power as the Nami Burn E, as we've just found out from Toby there, which is amazing, because this is 60 volt. The Nami Burn E, obviously 72 volt scooter, one of the fastest scooters we've ever tested. But what Michael Shah has done with this scooter, Toby, is he has changed the motor, changed the way that it works with the torque, and he has decreased the overall top speed. And what has he increased? Torque. That's right. So it's decreased top speed, increased torque to make it pull away really fast off the line, but it should still go over 50 miles an hour, but we will put that to the test.
Something else I've noticed that's different about this one compared to some other models, which I'm sure we're going to get to, maybe now.
Well, we will get to it.
Okay, now?
I mean, is it the most obvious thing that you...
Well.
The tyres!
Yes.
No.
No. No, this suspension at the front here.
Yes, as you can see, well, what do you think it looks like, Toby?
It looks like he's put it on backwards.
It looks like it's put on back. It's like a reverse suspension. So what you'll notice is as I press down, now it moves this way rather than when the suspension's got the swing arm this way, as you'll see in the video that's going to be cut in by the editor. Now you'll see that it compresses that way with the swing arms when they're like that. This is like a reverse system.
So I'm guessing the thinking behind that is that you've got a bit more clearance here for the wheel to move up?
That isn't the theory behind that, I don't think. What I think it's supposed to do is when you hit small lumps and bumps when you're riding at speed on harder ground, then it's going to come up towards you rather than you going down towards it. So it's going to absorb like that, so it keeps you on a smoother trajectory.
Right.
What I'm interested to see is I'm not sure off-road how that's going to cope, because I feel like if you're going over big bumps and big lumps like that, you're really going to be compressing down into the front of it. We will test that out. I will test that out. And you will follow.
I will, yes. We'll both be there, but he'll test it, I'll document it.
So we've talked about the swing arm. The suspension is the KKE hydraulic coil shocks, Toby, which we know from the Nami Burn E.
Yeah.
Very good suspension.
Nice, because they're easily adjustable as well on the fly.
Yeah, change the dampening on them, can't you? Change the preload.
Yep.
Very, very good suspension. Some of the best out there on an e-scooter. What is similar about this to the Burn E, as you can see from this side, is the sort of rib cage section, isn't it? That skeletal structure. Exoskeleton. And housed inside that, like we've talked about already, it's a 60 volt, 40 amp battery. That is going to give an enormous range of...
Really far?
Really far, up to 100 plus miles they're talking if you're riding eco mode and you weigh like...
100 miles?
Yeah, if you weigh like 6 kilos and it's 100 degrees outside and all that stuff, yeah. So we've got the 21700 LG cells, which gives you really good peace of mind because they're incredibly high quality cell, Toby.
Yeah.
And as we know, the customers do care about that.
Yeah, we've had a few people inquiring as to the manufacturer of the battery, so it's nice to know that these will come with those LG ones inside.
That's right, and not only that, he's made these batteries completely sealed sealed, so they've got a really high water resistance rating now, much higher than the actual original Nami Bernie, and that was high. So
You pressure washed ours.
We did.
Not
We
recommended.
don't recommend that, but we did pressure wash ours, and it still works perfectly. The sine wave 50 amp controllers, 2 of them in there, obviously converting all of that wattage into power. They have an IP67 rating, so really high water resistance rating, which again gives you peace of mind when you're riding out in damp conditions, which we're going to do soon to put it, absolutely test this to the max. But we haven't been able to break one yet, have we?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Interesting change, Toby. What do you reckon?
What?
Charge port.
Yeah. The other one had one of them.
The other one had 2 of them. So the Nami Bernie had 2 charge ports. This has only got 1, but it does have a very attractive sprung-loaded cap.
Flip top.
Flip top. But the difference between the older Namis used to get 2 2-amp chargers with them. You now get 1 5-amp fast charger with it. So it's going to charge at double the speed. So you don't need charge ports. You can just use your fast charger and it's going to charge in a very, very quick time. Now, do you remember when we first saw this scooter in a photo? And we thought,
That front looks a bit different.
that's how I thought about it as well, slightly different wording. Yeah, we sort of thought, wow, I didn't actually like it. If I'm being totally honest, I thought that was a bit weird. But sometimes you live in your comfort zone, don't you?
Well, people don't like change, do they?
We don't like change. Actually, in the flesh, it's growing on me a lot.
Yeah, it looks, I mean, it definitely looks different, but I think the more we've been around it, we've become accustomed.
I think it makes the whole scooter look like it's leaning forwards. It makes it look like it wants to go.
Poised.
Poised to go. That's exactly how I feel like it looks. Like kind of like, you start a race like that.
Like in the starting block.
Exactly that.
And this is meant to be a drag racer, isn't it?
It is meant to be a drag racer. So this is actually 2.5 centimeters lower to the ground than the Nami Bernie or the Klima, which means it's got less ground clearance, giving it more balance in the turns. Apparently that's what it's for. The stem is quite a lot shorter. I think it's almost 3 to 5 centimeters shorter than on the Bernie or the Klima. So from deck to stem height.
Okay.
Making you lower riding position.
Yeah.
So it's lower to the ground with a lower riding position. The deck's very wide. We've got this improved suspension system at the front for fast riding on hard ground.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to put this to the test to see if it can really handle that kind of riding.
Well, we need to see if it lives up to all the claims that are being made.
Yes, we do. What claims are being made?
Well, that it's a good drag racer.
It is.
That this suspension's going to be good on smooth ground.
Yeah, but unfortunately I'm too scared to ride it at absolutely top speed, but I am going to ride it really fast through the forest where we'll see if it can handle the off-road. Come back down. So we come from the motors. We have put off-road tyres on this because I'm going off-roading. These are CST off-roads. We sell loads of them. They're pretty decent quality tyres, and this actually comes standard with road tyres, so a hard ground tyre, CST as well. 11 by 4-inch tubeless, same as the Nami Bernie. You can obviously swap them to PMTs or whatever you want, but we found that these are very hard wearing and have a decent feel, so they last quite a long time. Now, at the back, because we've got a new design, this is actually a single swing arm. So Toby, can you swing the scooter around so they can see the back of it on the camera?
Which way do you want me to go, boss?
Can the back of it face the camera? So just there, like that, actually. Even if you lift it up, I think that's probably better. So, can you see here, we have a single swing arm here. There isn't one this side. A few scooters have had that in the past. This feels very substantial. As we know, he's using aircraft grade aluminium on here, so it's incredibly strong. And it's obviously been put through a lot of tests. But what is interesting is now the fender only has one fixing point. So here, whereas this side, because there's no swing arm this side, you won't get that fixing point there. It looks nice and clean, but I think that might rattle around when we start doing off-roading, but we will see. So we'll just pop it down there. Swing it round all the way that way now, please, Toby.
All the way round. Which way were we? We were this way?
No, yeah, leave it this way.
Leave it this way.
So maybe move it a bit further back so the camera can pick it up.
There we go.
Well, whilst you're down there.
While I'm here.
While you're down there.
Yes. What would you like me to
How heavy is it,
point
Toes?
out? It's.
Actually, you guess how heavy it is. What you got? What you got in the locker?
Oh, I reckon high 30s.
You're a strong man. That's 48 kilos.
Well,
Of pure Chinese muscle?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I guess so. 48 kilograms, really heavy, takes 120 kg rider. It's not quite as heavy as the Nami Bernie, but obviously having that huge battery, same motors, it comes with a pretty substantial weight. So it's not going to be a portable scooter. So now we've flipped it round, you can see we've got the brakes. These are the Logan 2-piston hydraulic disc brakes.
Yeah.
With 160mm rotors. You've ridden a bit with the Nut, a bit with the Zoom, a bit with the Magura, a bit with the Logan. What's your
They're all.
feelings there?
I personally preferred the Nut over the Zooms. My understanding is that the Logans are and the Nuts are fairly sort of comparable.
I actually think, I mean, I've only ridden the 4-pot Nut brakes, the 4-pot Logan brakes. I actually think they are better than the Nut brakes, personally.
In what regard?
In the sense that when you're riding this scooter, you feel in more control. So as you're putting the brakes on, it doesn't not just an immediate grip and it doesn't just slide everywhere.
Better feel.
Yeah, it allows you to grip as hard as you like, depending on how hard you want to brake.
Without just locking up
It's
the
not
wheels.
all or nothing. Yeah, Nuts are okay at that. I do think these are better, and obviously Magura then go even further with that.
But
Anything
then
else?
you're paying top dollar for Maguras.
You're paying top dollar for Maguras, although you're paying top dollar for those.
Yeah, you are, but you know, Maguras are like the renowned.
Like the PMT tyres, it's
an
another upgrade, isn't it? There are a few nice bits down here at the bottom of the scooter. Toes, you can see we've got the Nami logo on here.
Yeah.
Little addition. We've even got one on the cap, the little sprung cap there, which is quite nice.
Fancy.
We've got the classic 2-stripe grip tape here with the Nami logo. With the Nami logo burnt in and the blast at the back.
Yes.
Now, that's different, isn't it?
It is.
So on the Bernie, it had this huge ring with a handle there, which you could rest your foot against.
It was sort of part of the sort of skeleton almost,
Exactly
wasn't it?
that.
Yeah, the subframe.
Now they've made it actually looks better for riding. I think I prefer my heel to be up against that. What I mean by that is when my foot's at the back, it feels like a nicer position because where the other one, the Nami, was big, but it had the rings. There was a hole in it.
There was a gap.
Your heel would go into that somehow.
Yeah.
And the suspension here, as you can see at the back, links on to the footrest here and then drops down. I'll just give you an idea of the suspension. Flick that up.
Give us a bounce.
Just for a bounce. So you can see, and you can hear the rebound there. Tobes, can you just stand?
For me to steady
Yeah,
you.
steady me, Toby. So you can see, obviously we haven't set this, we're just going on what it was preset. You can hear that as it comes back up. So that's set to quite a nice, responsive feel, I'd say. Another difference between this and the Nami Bernie.
That stem lock
Yes, Toby.
looks different.
Perceptive. So we've got a single locking nut at the bottom now, where there were 2 on the Bernie, and this stem unlocking mechanism is different. So let me spin that round for you, and we'll do a close-up. Here, you have a clamp. Rather than the other one on the Nami, where you used to screw all the way down, this has a big clamp. It feels very strong, it's thick. Aluminium again, it looks like, and that then, Tobes, will fold down pretty easy. Again, there's no protection on the display. One thing Namis don't seem to have is the ability to protect their displays when you fold them down.
Yes.
I can't imagine many Nami overs are constantly folding theirs down, as it's such a beast of a vehicle, but
Something to be wary of if you're chucking it in the boot.
Exactly, and they're not that cheap, those displays, because they're quite decent. Very
That's
easy
another
to
thing
put
I was
back
going to
up.
mention actually, like if you're familiar with the Namis, then the cockpit is a familiar place.
Yes, let me just clamp this back on, Tobes.
You do that?
Jumping ahead.
Sorry.
You're so
I
excited.
was just trying to segue. Sedgeway.
9-bot.
Hedgeway, 9-bot.
9-bot into the next section.
Just 9-bot in.
Before we get there, can you just tell me the difference between the stem and the Nami Bernie?
Wow. We used to like the nice carbon fibre stem.
We did. Just be careful how you do that.
What the internet might make comments.
They might.
Yes, which this is not.
I like the carbon fibre. No, it's not. But it does feel very rigid. It's going to have to, if we're going to go the speeds that it's predicted to go, it's going to have to need to be very, very strong. So we will test that out. Obviously, a load of testing goes into that pre-production anyway, but we're going to try and do some sweet jumps.
Yeah, take out some sweet jumps.
So as Toby was saying, the cockpit is identical to the Bernie and the Klima. We've got the intelligent display here where you can get really deep into the P settings, look at your controller temperatures, you can change your cruise control, you can
Power to the motors, acceleration.
all sorts of stuff in there. Please look at the P setting video to know exactly how you want to set up your scooter. There are also 5 modes. You've got Eco, Drive, Speed, then you've got Custom Mode 1 and then X Mode, which is another custom mode. You've got Turbo on there, which is going to give you, it draws more power from the controls, which gives you extra speed but burns the battery faster. They have that on every one of their scooters. So lots of little functions like that, which are well worth finding out to give you the perfect setup for your scooter.
Just nice to have those options.
It is nice to have those options. We're going to turn it on now. I just want to show you a classic thing with Nami, which they haven't changed, or they hadn't on the Klima when we tested that, is the throttle. There's always a dead spot. So look at that. I'm pressing this throttle and it's not moving, but once it gets to a certain point, it goes. I like the dead zone on the throttle. It gives me a chance. If someone hands me the scooter and I grab it like that, by accident it's on, it doesn't go anywhere. But some people don't like that, and I understand. You can buy upgrades. I'm not sure if Nami sell them yet, but for me, the throttle's perfect. I really, really like it.
That's been one of the standout features for us, is the manageability.
Manageability. I have this in X mode, turbo on, everything on its highest setting possible. And if I gently push the throttle with my thumb there, it's not shooting away. Like if you use some scooters like the old Caboos or the Dualtrons with the mini motors displays, they go whoom, they just want to go, don't you? But even on this, you can still completely control. Look at that. I'm just gently touching the scooter.
I mean, we always say
absolute maximum mode.
It's as easy to ride at 5 miles an hour as it is 50.
It is, exactly that, exactly that.
Yeah.
Another new feature on these newer Namis is, obviously not the horn, but stupidly loud and horrible, is the LEDs on here. So not only do the indicators work down below, now you're actually told whether your indicator's on or not up here, which it didn't used to do on the old Namis. So you click them on, click them off. Same with the light. 2,000 lumen front headlight, Toby. Get in front of that light, blind yourself. Pretty bright, huh? Pretty bright. Bright enough for safety, shows everything in front of you. You've also got rear lights, you can see down there with the red. We'll do a close-up on them as well. When you press the brakes, they intensify from behind. As you can see, we've also got the buttons around here, like the original Namis, the plus and the minus on the left side, take you through the modes, like we just talked about. There's the 5 modes, and you can customize them within the display by double-clicking. I think it's M, or the power button, it's M there, and you go into the P settings. As I said, please watch that video. If you use the power button, you will scroll through the odometer, you've got the voltage, you've got the range, that kind of thing on there. And then if you scroll through the modes, which is an M button on there, it gives you the max speed that you've done, range mode, and then puts you back onto your normal speed settings. So they're just the basic adjustments you can make. Like I've said, if you want the more advanced settings, go into the P settings, double click M, and then watch the video or read the manual to find out how to customize for yourself. 2 other things, brake levers we've got here. We've got the ergonomic grips, which are comfortable. We've got the Logan brakes, 2-finger or 3-finger levers, depending on the size of your pinkies. One last thing, we've abused the Nami scooters that we've had. We've put them through so much mud and water, haven't we? They've always been pretty good. I don't think we've broken one yet, as I said earlier.
Yeah, I have to clean it normally.
They've now improved the waterproof rating. Everything on the scooter is a minimum of IP55, but then we also have components that are IP67 or IPX7. The display's IP65, for example.
That's good, isn't it?
But
That's really good.
It's really good, and they have plug and play. So not just the motors are plug and play, the cabling on the stem. So anything needs replacing or adjusting, you pop it out, has a little pop in, pop out connector that you can just pop in and pop out. Now we've looked at the spec. Obviously, if there's anything else you need to know in greater detail, go on the website and you can go for all the technical spec sheets. I am going to take it out into the wild. Then we're going to do the speed runs.
Yep.
And then your favourite of all,
drag racing!
Drag racing! And I think, are we going
flag? I'll get my flag.
Oh no, we're not going. I think we're going to Goodwood for one of them. We're going to race it against the Thunder 2. We're going to race it against the Klima, its little baby brother, and we're going to race it against the Bernie, its bigger beast of a brother. All right, stay tuned for more. We've made it out. We are going off-roading. They've let me do it again. Maybe that's because I'm an awesome rider. Maybe I was the only one available. I don't know. It's time to glove up to get on this 8,400 watt beast. Come down here. We've got off-road tyres on. Look at the suspension, reverse suspension on here. See what it's like off-road. Now, it's not designed, we hear, for off-roading, but we're going to put it through its paces anyway. Those big motors, 1,500 watts, are going to be kicking out a lot of power. I want to see how it climbs. I want to see how it handles all that mud and muck out there. It's disgusting out in that forest. It's time to get going. So we're out in the woods. We're on some big flinty path at the moment. We're going to be hitting the off-road. Nice big wheels, nice big suspension. Like I said, we've put off-road tyres on to make it a bit easier because it is super slippery out here. At the moment, it feels very stable, very powerful. The single fenders, like this sort of tyre hugger style fender, is just making a slight rattle with the biggest bumps. That's to be expected with that single arm, but slightly annoying. But not the end of the world, because you can just feel the stability and power of this machine is going to be like nothing else. Maybe only the Nami Bernie. Let's go! Oh, we're going to hit some real mucky, horrible stuff now. Oh, it's eating out well. I don't want to do this, but I told you we'd test it. Look at this muck. Oh, no! Oh, I stepped too far, I think. We've still got hours out here. Oh, Mummy! Mummy! I'm so wet. Note to self, check the depth of the puddle before you go through it. Look what we've done to the scooter. I'm soaked. That was about a foot deep. We were totally submerged in the motors. At least that tests the scooter out to its limit. Let's go. There's some more mud up here. Now I'm wet. We might as well get completely drenched. Woo! It's really stable on these little paths. Smack my face again. Got to put my goggles on. There's a lot of low-hanging branches. Oh my gosh, nearly hit a stump there. Look how muddy this is. Oh, this is nice. We're right in the trees. It must be pretty dark. That's it. Keep round. Oh, it's technical. Loads of bumps, loads of roots, big roots, trees falling down. Got to get low here. Oh, massive stump. It's pretty agile for such a powerful scooter. Right, I'm going left. Well done, cameraman. Yes, weaving. Oh my gosh, this is technical. There are tree stumps and roots everywhere. I'm not sure you can pick up on the camera. Oh, wheels off. I'll go around this side. Catch back up. Oh, that smacked the back. Big root jump. Oh, we're handling it. Oh, camera's not facing me. Yes, it is now. Oh my gosh, look how windy this is. It's still going. Where's the camera? There we go. Now rip it. Oh, big roots coming up. Yes. 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 Oh. Woo. We're still going. This trail goes on forever. It's really have to concentrate here. The suspension's handling it well. Oh, other side. Oh my gosh, I went off the trail. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Wow. Oh, skid out. It's like a scrambler. Oh my gosh, tree, roots. Whoa, this is wearing me out. Yes, what a trail. This is awesome. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm going around the wide bit. Catch up with me. You're not back on now, we're back on. Oh my God, real wiggle, real tight turn. And yeah, it's nimble enough. Oh, I ate up the massive bump. What, riding on the one wheel? Oh my gosh. Right, calm down, calm down, calm down. My breath, my heart. This beast, can you come over here? Look at this forest. I know it's dark. You see how you have to get around all these trees. We're going about 10, 15 mile an hour. Look down, look at the suspension. When you go forward over something, it dips. Great when you're on hard ground, not quite so good when you're off-road, but if you put your weight back slightly, be brave because you're going to wheelie as well, it just absorbs the little knocks and the big stuff obviously is going to flick you up, but those little bits, it goes boom, you can just ride so fast. And being lower to the ground than the Bernie and the Klima, it's really agile with the wide handlebars. Let's keep going because I can see some more trails up there and then we'll try and hit some sweet jumps, dude. Yes, yeah. Skid this one. Yes, I've gone cross country. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, so fast, so stable. Oh my gosh, between the trees, skid around. Let's go. Oh, look at this log coming up. We're gonna bunny hop here. Ready? 1, 2, yeah. So we go. All right, let's take the little technical route. Winding well. Skid it out. Little wheel. Whoa. Back in. Oh, this isn't a trail, where am I going? Cruising now, let's have a little bit of reflection. That was so much fun. You can still hear the fender a little bit clunking. This is the one we skidded around earlier. Big skids, look how nice it is. The forests are the best places to ride. Duck under the tree, up through the middle, big wheelie. Oh! Oh yeah!
Look a bit bendy, that branch.
Oh God. After the 6 or so inches of air I got on the Klima, I decided to come back with a blast and see if I can hit a cool 12 inches of air. It's super heavy, but super powerful. Oh! That must have gone off the ground. Rewind it, let me see. Coming in. Give it the bees, pick your line. I was flying. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Oh, look at this quagmire. Quagmire, giggity, giggity. Wait, I'm gonna go through the horrible stuff just to show you that it can. Oh, look at these horse prints. Horrible. Still flying. We're doing 30 on the trail. Here we go. Whoa! This is the fun bit. Downhill all the way home. I stick at 20 for the camera. Oh, he's right on me, 22 mile an hour, you nutter. He's pushing me. Don't push me. Oh! Sorry for my panting, I'm unfit, but this is an adrenaline fueled machine. We've been out for 2.5 hours and it's still got 84% battery left. It's almost annoyingly high. It makes you feel like you should be staying out. I'm done. I say this about every scooter, but these Namis are so fun. You put those off-road tires on. It is like having a dirt bike, but you can actually maneuver it through tiny gaps. It's amazing. I'm done here. I need to go get some well-earned rest. You guys stay tuned for speed runs, for drag races, for the hill climb. And I'm gonna walk back. No, I'm not kidding! Let's go! The woods owned me today. Look at the state of me. Those massive puddles. It was so much fun though. The Blast performed amazingly. It has 83% battery. We're about to tackle the hill. 200-meter hill climb. Is it gonna be the fastest 60 volt ever? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Yes, it's so fast! Oh my God. Jesus. I don't know the time yet. I was doing 30 mile an hour before it even hit the incline. It is so fast off the line. It's scary and incredible and amazing. And that is 100% the fastest scooter that I've ridden up this hill. Maybe by the Nami Bernie, maybe. Toby, tell me what it is.
16.7.
16.7 seconds. I don't know where that stands. That's definitely the fastest 60 volt. I don't know where that stands on the 72, but we'll show you right here or here. So we've heard this Blast can go over 50 mile an hour. Let's put it to the test and hit the speed run. Contender, are you ready? This is the Nami Blast speed run, take 1. On your marks, get set, go. Oh my Lord. Oh, acceleration on this thing is out of this world. So Duncan's just done the speed run on the Nami Blast. I think that looked incredibly quick. We're trying to hit that 49 magic 50 mile an hour number for a 60 volt scooter. We'll see what he does. He's just on his way back now. I'm going to have a little chat with him. I want to know about the acceleration, but I really want to know if he hit that top speed. Thank you, Duncan. Can I hand you this microphone? Just speak into there for me. Okay, Dunk, you do most of our speed runs.
Yeah.
First of all, what does it feel like?
Good. Yeah, very stable.
Stable, nice.
There's no.
That's the point of it.
No bouncing around, no weaving. Actually, as well, coming off the speed, which I don't tend to use the brakes, coming off a top speed run.
Yeah.
No wobble at all. Nothing.
That's good to hear.
Something's been adjusted there.
Just making it feel solid and secure.
I think so, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Please put me out of my misery. We've got GPS tracker on today. We're trying to hit 49, maybe 50 mile an hour. Duncan, break it to me. Where does it sit in our leaderboard of all time, but also of 60 volt scooters?
Well, the Speedo said 54.
We never trust a Speedo.
No, I mean, Nami's pretty good for that, better than a lot of brands, to be fair, but it's not, it's usually a little bit over, so.
Come on.
Let's see, 52.2.
52.2 mile an hour. Serious?
Yeah, I'll get the actual data up, hang on. The full data.
The full shabizi. 52 mile an hour, that's fast.
Hang on. Well, there it is, it's the top one there, so that's the run.
I don't know if you'll be able to focus on this. Can you see this on the GPS logger? Well, only took 500 meters to get there as well. 84 kilometers an hour. 52 miles an hour.
That's
over
quick. 52
miles an hour, that's rapid. Well done, Michael. He's done what he said he's going to do. The Klima performed, the Bernie performed,
Yeah.
and the Blast is performing.
The acceleration is nuts, obviously, but
Yeah.
to get that top speed is impressive. Definitely.
Well, I know, so you didn't need that long distance to do it.
No.
It's almost like it's restricted. Oh, he's put more. He's changed the torque settings, hasn't he? He's given it more torque,
yeah,
less
yeah.
top speed. But I mean, 52 is still rapid. Wow, 52 mile an hour. That is rapid on a 60-volt scooter. In fact, that's the fastest 60-volt scooter we've ever tested. And do you know what? We're now going to test it against the Thunder 2 in a drag race. See what happens. Guys, the time has come. It's the Nami Blast Max with Duncan on, 20 kilos of additional weight. He's 80, that makes 100 to keep up with big boy Dan, his huge frame. The Thunder 2 should win in theory, but we know the torque of this blast. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, what a start. The blast has blasted off. That was easy. Do you want another one? Yeah. Are you ready? Okay, Dan is suggesting he had a poor start there. Duncan doesn't agree. Are you ready? Round 2, 3, 2, 1, go. So that concludes the Nami Blast versus the 72-volt Dualtron Thunder 2 in a drag race. Dan was on the Thunder 2. How was your experience, Dan?
Yeah, that blast, it just kept pulling away. Even at the top end, it just kept pulling away.
Just had it.
Yeah, I just couldn't catch it.
You nearly got 2,000 more watts of peak power on that baby as well. Thunder 2 can catch it.
It's something else.
It's all bark and no bite, isn't it, with the Dualtrons? I could hear you behind me.
All bark and no bite. That's some statement. No, but that Dualtron Thunder 2, that's a fast scooter, isn't it? That's a really fast scooter.
It's not anymore.
We've heard this Nami Blast is a drag racer. We're racing its little baby brother, the Nami Klima. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. What it looks like is they are so even all the way up to almost that 100 mark, and then just at the end, the blast is pulling away just a little bit. It's so close. The blast just to beat the Klima in the first run. Round 2, 3, 2, 1, go. No, go back. What happened? Technical error. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. Now, the ultimate test. It's big brother, the fastest drag race that we've raced, the Nami Bernie Max. Off we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Great start. Great start from the blast. We know that blast is a drag racing machine. Great start from the blast, but you'd expect as the race gets longer, that Nami Bernie is going to pull away. Hi Tobes.
Hi there.
What are you saying?
Yeah, it was a good race.
That was a good race. Thank you, Toby, for that enthusiasm you put in there.
Right, back to the finish. No, that was...
Who won?
Dan won that one.
Dan won.
Dan won that one.
Okay, so Dan, the heavier rider who was on the Bernie, we did think he was going to win. Guys, can you just tell me, I know you haven't got mics on, who won over 100?
This is
Just, okay, so because it looked like the blast pulled away slightly quicker, the Bernie caught it over 100 and then accelerated away over 200. You will see that in the footage.
It was close.
Now what we're going to do, switch up the riders for fairness, and we're going to do the race again. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Very close start. Toby's coming back, he's brought his flag. Little endo there. He's loving the scooter. Well done for bringing your flag back.
Thanks, mate.
Does it make you just feel a bit more comfortable when you're talking, when you have it with you?
When the wind's in my flag.
Boys are coming back now.
I feel like it gives me more authority as the finish line
All right, guys.
adjudicator.
How did that go?
It was pretty even off the start, but once we're going, that gets the power down.
For those of you that can't hear his muffled tones, he said it was pretty even off the start, but once they get going, the Burney just pulls away. Bing. So we know how fast that blast is. That beats the Thunder 2 in a drag race.
It did come last.
It did come last, but it did. The blast came last. But that's in the past now.
But the distance wasn't vast.
The distance wasn't vast. Thanks, Tobes. See, finally I've got someone who can rap with me. Well done, Tobes. Got any more rhymes about the Burney?
We'll see.
We'll see, the Burney. It's the one for me. But it costs you 5G. So maybe it's not. We'll see. Thank you for watching. If you need any more information, give us a call, give us a live chat. Pen Toby a letter, as he always says he still hasn't received one.
I will write one back if you write me a letter.
Write back to you.
I will.
Like and subscribe. Set your alerts, because we're constantly putting out loads of content on electric vehicles, electric scooters, races, reviews, all that kind of stuff. Leave a comment below whether you liked it or whether you didn't like it.
Indeed,
say,
yeah. And you've done all of the like, comment, subscribe now, so there's nothing for me to do now.
That's right. So from us at Ride and Glide, thank you for watching.
See you in the next one.
Oh, Toby, you all right? Sorry, I always forget you have to stop. Sorry, mate. You can't hear me either, can you?
No.
Oh, I went, oh, that's our route. Sorry, mate.